You can find links to the full videos of these English conversations in the description. And if you need the flipbook guides, just click the like button and write "Send me the guide" in the comments. But now, just sit back and listen. Let's do this. Before we get going, have you done any driving before, or is this your first time behind the wheel?
This is my first proper lesson. I've had a go in a car park with my dad, but that's about it.
No worries at all. We'll take it step by step.
Good. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest.
That's completely normal. Everyone's nervous at the start, but the more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. You'll be surprised how quickly you pick things up.
I hope so.
Right, let's start with the basics. Before we even start the engine, we'll go through the cockpit drill, just to make sure everything's set up for you.
Cockpit drill? What's that?
It's just another way of saying get yourself comfy and safe before you drive. So that includes checking your doors, seat, steering, seatbelt and mirrors.
Got it.
First, are all the doors shut properly? Give yours a quick push to check.
Yes, it's shut.
Good. Now adjust your seat. You want to be able to press the pedals comfortably with a slight bend in your knees. If you need to move the seat, there's a bar underneath.
Okay. Yes, that feels better.
Now just check your backs against the seat and your arms have a slight bend when you hold the wheel at 10 to 2.
You mean like a clock?
Exactly.
Like this?
Move your hand up a tad.
Gotcha.
Seatbelt next. Pop that on unless you have an exemption.
I didn't know you could be exempt from wearing one.
To be fair, it is unusual and involves going to a doctor to get a certificate.
Well, I'm definitely not exempt, so I'll pop it on.
Lovely. The last bit, mirrors. The driver's mirror should give you a clear view through the back window, and the side mirrors should show a bit of the side of the car and what's behind you. You can move them using a little knob on the door.
Okay, I think I've got the mirrors where they need to be.
That's spot on. How are you feeling now? A bit more settled?
Yes, a little bit.
Smashing. What we'll do first is go over the main controls: pedals, gears, handbrake and lights.
That sounds good. My dad's car is nothing like this one. For a start, it's an automatic and also much older.
No problem. If you just put the key into the ignition and turn it halfway, that will make all the lights work without turning on the engine.
Like this.
Perfect. Now before we look at the lights, let's quickly check out the horn, which you can sound by pressing the centre of the steering wheel, which is called the boss.
Well, that seems to be working fine.
Great, you've got the hang of that. Let's run through the pedals. This is a manual car, so down by your feet you've got 3 pedals. From left to right, clutch, brake, accelerator.
Okay, clutch on the left, brake in the middle, accelerator on the right.
Yes, just remember ABC from right to left. Accelerator, brake, clutch, ABC.
I know the brake is for slowing down and the accelerator is for going faster. But what's the clutch for?
The clutch disconnects the engine from the wheels. That's how you change gear. Without using the clutch, the car would stall when you tried to move off or stop.
So can I use any foot to press it?
No, absolutely not. The clutch is only used with your left foot, and the brake and accelerator are for your right foot.
Fair enough.
It will take a little practice until you become smooth at changing gears.
Got it. No stamping.
Good. Now between the seats here, well, that's your gear stick. We're in neutral at the moment. You can wiggle it left and right to check that it's not in gear.
Yes, nice and loose.
Perfect. Next is the handbrake. That's this lever here. It's on at the moment, keeping us still. When you're ready to move off, you'll lift it slightly, press the button and lower it down smoothly.
That seems easy enough.
Some more modern cars have a button instead of a handle, but this is far easier. Now, can you see that there are stalks sticking out on either side of the steering wheel?
Yes, got them.
Well, on the left-hand side, you have the windscreen wipers. If it starts raining, just pull it down, and on the right are the lights. But you don't need either today. What you do need, though, is the other stalk on the right, which turns the car's indicators on and off.
Is that all of the lights?
Just a couple more. First is this button on the dashboard, which you press to make the fog lights come on. But you only use these when the visibility is really bad. And the button next to it with the triangle on is the hazard warning lights, which makes both of your indicators flash on and off continuously to warn other road users if you've broken down. Okay, now it's time to start the engine. So once more, check that the car isn't in gear by wiggling the gear stick.
No, it's still fine.
Great. Now turn the key clockwise all the way, and as soon as you hear the engine start, release it.
Okay, here goes.
Before we start moving, there's something important to remember. The order of things. It's called mirror, signal, manoeuvre.
Mirror, signal, manoeuvre. What's that?
Before you start moving the car or change its direction, you should check your mirrors and also look over your right shoulder to make sure nothing is coming from behind you.
If I look in my mirrors, why do I need to look over my shoulder as well?
Good question. It's necessary because there's something called a blind spot, which is an area that the mirrors just can't see.
Okay, got it. Mirrors and shoulder check.
Next is signal. This is when you switch on the appropriate indicator by flicking down the stalk on the steering wheel, up or down.
So mirrors, signal.
Finally, you can make your manoeuvre, so either start, stop, or change direction.
That all makes sense. What's next?
Next, when you're ready, pull out from the curb.
Okay, mirror and shoulder check. There's nothing coming from behind me. Signal and manoeuvre.
That was a little jerky. Try being more gentle with the pedals. Okay, pull up somewhere safe on the left, please.
No problem. Mirror, signal, manoeuvre.
Great. Now I want you to turn the car around using forward and reverse gears, so we're facing the other way.
Didn't this used to be called a 3-point turn?
That's right, but it really doesn't matter how many times you go forwards and backwards, as long as you do it safely.
There you go. We're facing the other way.
Okay, when you're ready, set off. But in a few minutes, I'm going to say stop. When it's safe to do so, please stop the vehicle as quickly as possible, as though a child has run out in front of the car.
Gosh, I'm really nervous.
There's no need. Just remember to quickly check your mirror before bringing the vehicle to a quick and safe stop. Stop.
How was that?
Really very good. When you're ready, move safely away and then take the next turning on the left.
I'm glad that bit's over.
I don't know why you worry about that. You're really good at it. Now pull up just past that next junction.
This little one.
Yes. Now reverse round the corner, staying close to the curb.
I hate doing these.
I know you're not fond of reversing, but remember to take it slow and keep checking all around you. You've got this.
I've made a mess of it.
No problem. Check it safe and then pull back around the corner and try again.
I think we might be here a while.
See, you did it brilliantly that time.
Practice makes perfect.
Now head back towards the town and watch your speed. Keep a good gap between you and the car in front.
Sorry, I did get a little close. I'll back off.
When you reach the roundabout, take the third exit. Make sure to give way to traffic already on the roundabout and stay in your lane.
Third exit. Got it.
OK, now parallel park between these two cars.
Will do. There we are.
I think it's time to put you in for your test.
If you think I'm ready, then let's do it.
Let's do this. It's Baltic in here.
You can say that again. I'm dithering. Is the heating playing up?
Yes, I think it needs fixing, but it's beyond me.
Righto, it's time to bite the bullet. I'll call someone in to come and sort it.
Can you stress that it's urgent? We shouldn't be wearing coats inside.
Too right.
Hello, Gracie's Heating. How can I help?
Hi, our central heating is packed in. Can someone come and take a look, please?
What seems to be the matter with it?
Truth be told, I'm clueless. All I know is that the boiler's bust.
Is it gas or electric?
It's gas, and it's dead as a dodo. Can you come round today? The house is bitterly cold.
Well, as it happens, I'd got a free slot this afternoon around 2. Would that suit?
This afternoon would be cracking. Thanks.
How did you get on?
It's all in hand. They'll be here later, around 2.
Well done. Believe you me, getting a heating engineer in this weather is like winning the lottery.
I know, but it'll probably cost a mint.
It's worth it not to be dressed like this.
Tell me about it. Now go and put the kettle on while I find my thermals.
Let's do this.
What on earth are you looking for?
My iPad cable's knackered. It just won't charge. I'm sure I bunged a spare one in this drawer somewhere.
If you put things away properly in the first place, they would be a piece of cake to find.
Cheers, that's really helpful.
Were you sure you had a proper look, or was it your usual man look?
Of course. I've searched high and low for it. I've rummaged through the whole drawer. I even found this old biro that I'd misplaced.
Why don't you take things out and have a proper sort through?
Look, see, none of these fit. It's hopeless. The thing's just vanished. I'm going to have to nip out and buy a new one.
Don't be silly. That's money down the drain. For goodness sake, move over. Let me have a root through.
Be my guest. But I'm telling you, it's not in there. I've looked 3 times.
Right, let's see. Small CDs, an old set of keys for a house we haven't lived in for years. Ah, so that's where the screwdriver went.
See, I told you, it's just a load of old junk.
Try to be patient. What's this tucked right at the back? Funny, this looks an awful lot like a spare iPad cable to me.
Well, I'll be blowed.
That's your problem. You look, but you don't see.
Right, well, cheers for that. I was about to lose my rag.
Now I think I deserve a brew for that, don't you?
Let me charge up my iPad first. The battery's flat as a pancake. Let's do this. Hello, you're up bright and early.
I barely slept a wink. To be honest, it's the first day at my new job, and I've got butterflies.
You've just got first day jitters. You certainly look the part though.
But I really want to make a good first impression.
I'm sure you'll be fine. They obviously liked you at the interview, or you wouldn't have been taken on.
I know, I'm just being daft. I've even got a jippy tummy.
That's totally normal. What's your new gaffer like anyway?
He's knocking on a bit, probably counting down the days to his retirement.
To be fair, you're no spring chicken yourself.
You cheeky bugger. There's life in this old dog yet.
I'm only winding you up. Seriously though, what's he like?
From what I've heard on the grapevine, he's a bit of a stickler for timekeeping, but by all accounts, he's all right as long as you pull your weight.
You'll soon find your feet. This time next month, you'll be like an old hand, telling all your colleagues what's what.
Gosh, I hope so. Right now, I just want to get through today without looking like a total nitwit.
You won't. Just be yourself. You'll have them all eating out of your hand in no time.
I'm not too sure I'd go that far.
Right, look at the time. You'd better get your skates on or you'll be late on your first day.
You're right. I'd better get a move on.
I can give you a lift if you'd like.
No, you're all right. I don't want to put you out.
Don't be daft. It's no skin off my nose. In fact, it's on my way.
That's dead kind of you, but I think I'll catch the bus. I'll use the time to get my head straight.
Fair enough. All right then. Go and knock 'em dead.
Cheers. I'll do my best. I'll give you a bell later and let you know how I got on.
Great. Break a leg. Let's do this. Hi, can I help you?
Hi. I'm sorry to say I don't have a reservation. You happen to have a free table for one?
That's absolutely fine. It's pretty slow in here this evening, so you can have your choice of tables.
So can I sit there by the window?
Of course. Here's the menu. Just to let you know, the special tonight is salmon en croûte.
I've never had that. Truth be told, I'm not really sure what it is.
It's salmon wrapped in pastry filled with cream cheese.
That sounds a bit rich for me.
Can I get you a drink while you decide?
I'll just have a glass of water, please.
Sparkling or still?
Still.
Ice and lemon?
Lovely.
No problem. I'll be back shortly. Just to let you know that the soup of the day is roasted tomato and basil.
Great, thanks. I'll have a quick nose through the menu.
Here you are.
Thanks.
Are you ready to order or would you like a few more minutes?
No, I'm good, thanks. I'm not going to bother with a starter, so I'll just have the seafood casserole, please.
That's a really good choice. It's my favourite.
What does it come with?
It comes with a side order of mash and of course bread.
Smashing.
As it's quiet, it shouldn't take long.
Cheers.
Here we are, seafood casserole with a side order of mash.
That looks amazing.
Is everything all right with your meal?
Yes, it's delicious.
Glad to hear it. Are you all right for drinks?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks.
Just let me know if you need anything else. Would you like to see the dessert menu?
Yes, please. I'll have the chocolate cheesecake, please.
Great choice. Would you like it with cream or ice cream?
Cream.
I'll bring it right over. Would you like tea or coffee?
No, just the bill, please.
Of course. Are you paying by card or cash?
By card.
Okay, I'll fetch the machine.
Thanks.
Here you go. Take your time.
Thanks for the great service.
You're very welcome. Have a good evening. Let's do this. Hi, do you need any help?
Thanks. I'm definitely out of my depth.
What exactly are you looking for?
I've just bought my first place a week or so ago. And, well, let's just say it's seen better days. It seems like everything needs fixing, and I haven't got a clue where to start.
Right, so what you need is to build up a toolbox.
Exactly. I don't own any tools at all. My brother was supposed to come and help me, but he's gone on holiday and left me in the lurch.
Let me just put this down. Well, you don't need to go mad. Just get a few basic tools to get you going. What sort of repairs are we talking about?
All sorts. The tap in the kitchen's leaking. The bathroom door sticks. One of the cupboard handles came off in my hand. And there's a damp patch on the ceiling I'm trying not to think about.
I get the picture. All right, let's start simple. First thing you need is a good toolbox to keep everything in. We've got both metal and plastic ones in lots of sizes.
What do you reckon is best?
Plastic is easier on the wallet and it's lighter, so it's easier on your back as well.
Okay, let me jot this down. Plastic toolbox. What's next?
You'll need a few screwdrivers, but you can save money by getting one with an interchangeable head.
What does that mean?
The head of the screwdriver is shaped to fit different types of screw, flat and Phillips.
Is Phillips the one with the cross on the end?
Yes, that's right. And flat is the straight-edged one. You'll need both, but getting one that changes saves messing about with loads of separate ones.
Right, screwdriver. Got it. What else?
You're going to need a tape measure. You'll use it more than you think, especially when you're eyeing up furniture to make sure it fits. Go for a retractable one that's 5 meters or so.
Okay. Toolbox, tape measure, screwdriver. It's adding up already.
I know money's tight when you buy your first home. I've been there myself. Stick to essentials and buy decent stuff now, so you're not replacing it every year. You'll save in the long run.
That makes sense. Anything else?
A claw hammer's really handy. You'll need it for hanging pictures, pulling out nails, that sort of thing.
Great. I'll add it to my list.
Next, you need a spirit level. You can get a small one for a couple of quid, and it'll stop you ending up with wonky shelves.
You're right. Nobody likes a wonky shelf.
Put down some pliers on your list. They're useful for gripping, bending, and even turning off the water if your tap gets any worse.
Hang on, let me write this down. Screwdriver, tape measure, claw hammer, pliers, and the level thingy.
Yes, a spirit level.
I think I'm reaching the limit of my budget. I can hear my credit card gasping for air. Is there much more?
Just 2 more essentials. First is a can of WD-40.
My dad always says WD-40'll make anything that's stuck move like magic.
Exactly. A tiny can lasts ages. And the last thing I'd recommend is a roll of duct tape.
What do I need that for?
Well, if WD-40 makes things move, duct tape stops things moving that shouldn't.
Thanks. Honestly, this has been really helpful. I was feeling a bit lost.
No worries at all. And if you get stuck, just watch a YouTube video. Loads of step-by-step guides out there.
I never thought of using YouTube. I usually just watch videos about cats on that. Thanks for pointing me in the right direction.
No problem. Oh, and don't forget first aid kit. You can thank me later.
Cheers.
Let's do this. Hi there, how can I help you today?
Hiya. I'm looking for some reading glasses. I've been struggling a bit with small print lately.
I see. It can be a bit of a nightmare when that happens, can't it? Have you had your eyes tested recently? We offer a free eye test here, which might be a good idea to make sure everything's hunky-dory.
Actually, it's been yonks since my last test, so I think that would be a good call.
Brilliant! We can book you in for a free eye test. It'll only take a jiffy. When would fit in with you? We've got availability in a few days if that works.
Yes, that sounds good. How about this Thursday afternoon?
Thursday afternoon is great. I'll get you booked in for 2 o'clock. Just pop your details down here, please.
No problem. I'm over the moon you could fit me in.
Once you've been checked out, we'll know exactly what you need. But in the meantime, feel free to have a look at the reading glasses. We've got some great options.
Thanks. I'll take a shove-bee.
If you need any help, just give me a shout. We've got a wide range. Is there any particular style you're after?
I'm thinking something fairly simple, not too flashy. Maybe in a darker colour.
How about these? They've got a nice understated frame and they're really comfortable to wear. Why not try them on?
Yes, I'll give them a go. Oh, these feel quite nice. They seem to be a good fit.
They suit you to a T. They're a good balance between style and comfort.
They do feel good. I think these might be the ones. How much are they?
These are £25, a real bargain for the quality.
Perfect. I'll take them. Can I pay by card?
Of course, I'll sort that out for you. There we go. I'll pop them in a case for you. Is there anything else I can help you with while you're here?
No, that's everything. These will put me on until I have a full eye checkup. Thanks for all your help.
No problem at all. I hope the glasses do the trick. Don't hesitate to pop back if anything crops up.
Thanks, bye.
Let's do this.
Penny for your thoughts?
I was just thinking about the last time I came camping. It was yonks ago.
Same for me. I reckon I was just a nipper back then.
I never really took you for the type.
What do you mean, the type? The type to do what?
You know, do without your creature comforts.
If you ask me, this is hardly roughing it, is it? We're not exactly trekking through an African jungle.
I suppose not, but we do still have to hoof it across a field to get to the loo, and there's no joy in that.
You've got a torch. What's the matter with you, you wuss?
Fair enough. It's nice here though, isn't it?
It's just so good to get away from the TV and computer screens, even for a long weekend. I was starting to get square eyes.
In my opinion, we spend way too much time cooped up indoors these days. Fresh air is just the ticket.
I couldn't agree with you more. I can feel myself de-stressing already.
And the sound of the waves lapping and the leaves rustling, it's proper lulling me to sleep.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. It's the best way to clear your head. I can almost forget about all the daily slog back home.
Absolutely. I reckon we should get away more often.
I'd love that. Honestly, there's nothing like getting off the beaten track and back to nature.
You can say that again.
What do you reckon about tomorrow? We could have a little wander around the campsite, maybe have a natter with some of the other campers.
Sounds like a plan.
It'll be nice. It's always good to have a chinwag with new faces.
Are you ready to turn in?
Yes, I'm pooped.
Me too. It's been a long day. I'm knackered.
You know, the last time I went camping with my mum and dad, it chucked it down, and we ended up absolutely drenched.
Well, we don't have to worry about that. The forecast is fine and dry for tonight.
Great stuff. I must say, though, even with the fire, it's starting to get a bit nippy.
Now who's the wuss? Let's do this.
Do you need a lift with that?
No, I'm alright, Tar. I'm only doing this one wall. It's been doing my head in for ages.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's this tiny white mark here. When I'm making videos, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Honestly, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I can hardly see it.
Hi, I'm Steve. Well, it gets on my nerves, and anyway, it's not a big job. I'll have it done in a jiffy. Actually, while you're here, could you fetch a screwdriver to help me get the lid off this paint?
No problem. Here you are. Will you be long? I'm getting peckish.
Shouldn't be. Half an hour tops. It should be a doddle.
Fair play. That looks spot on.
Thanks, it's not bad if I do say so myself.
It's much better than our first attempt at decorating. Do you remember what a dog's dinner we made of the bedroom in our first house?
You can say that again. It was a right state. We had more paint on ourselves than on the walls.
To be fair, we've got the hang of it now. We're much better these days.
True, right. I'd better clean the brush and roller.
That's a good shout. While you do that, I'll put the kettle on.
Sound. Let's do this. For crying out loud, that's another bulb gone. That's the second one this month. Have we got a spare?
Give us a tick. I'll go and see. I think there might be one in the kitchen cupboard, lurking with all the other junk.
Okay, meanwhile, I'll get the step ladder so I can reach.
Right, found one. Is this any good?
No, it's the wrong sort. It's too small, and it's one of those newfangled energy-saving ones.
What's up with using an energy saver bulb? They last for ages.
The light's too dim for in here. It takes forever to warm up, and it gives a weird sort of cold light. I need one of those old-fashioned ones.
All right, Busspot. Hang on. I'll go and have another butcher's. Honestly, we need to have a proper clear out of this cupboard one of these days. What about this? Found it right at the back. Any good?
Smashing. Now that's what I'm talking about. It's just what the doctor ordered.
I'll stand by the switch then. We don't want you getting a shock.
Good thinking. Gosh, this is fiddly. The old one is stuck tight. There, that should do it.
Shall I flick the switch?
Go on then.
Brilliant. I wasn't sure that old thing would even work.
We'll have to make sure we get a stock of them for next time. They're getting harder to find.
I'll put them on the shopping list for the next time we nip to the supermarket.
Good thinking. In fact, there are a few bits and bobs we need.
You're right. We could do with some biscuits. And we've nearly run out of washing up liquid as well.
Well, should we just shoot up there now? It won't take long.
Might as well. You put the stepladder away, and I'll grab my purse.
Deal. I might even treat you to a Starbucks on the way.
In that case, you'd better bring your wallet.
Let's do this. Hi, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm looking for a flat to rent in the city centre.
Great. How many bedrooms are you looking for?
I only need one, but two would be a bonus. Having said that, I definitely don't want a studio flat.
Got it. Do you have a preference for something modern? Or would you be interested in something with a little more character, like a conversion?
I'm easy either way, really. But I think I'd prefer something with a bit more character, if possible.
Well, there's a one-bedroom flat available at the moment. It's recently been converted from an old bank. It still has some lovely original features. How does that sound?
Marvellous. What's the rent for that one?
It's £1,150 per month. That covers water and a small maintenance fee, which goes towards keeping the communal areas nice and clean, and the general upkeep of the building.
Right. That makes it at the top of my budget. What about council tax?
Yes, you'd need to pay that separately. But it's in Band B, which is fairly reasonable. I can get you an estimate based on the current rates.
That would be helpful, thanks. And what type of heating does it have?
It's got gas central heating, so it's really efficient and it keeps the place nice and warm in the winter.
Good to know. And what's the area like? Is it quiet at night?
It's a very peaceful area, especially for being so central. There's a bit of activity during the day, but it quietens down in the evening. You won't have any yobs making a racket outside of your windows if that's what you're frightened of.
Sounds ideal. What about public transport? I don't have a car, so that's something I'd need to consider.
There's a train station about a 5-minute walk away, and also it's really handy for buses.
That sounds like just the ticket. I can manage with that. And is there a bond to pay up front?
Yes, you need to pay a deposit, which is 1 month's rent, plus you need to pay a month's rent in advance. You get it back at the end of the tenancy, provided everything's in order.
That's all good. How long is the lease?
It's a 2-year lease, renegotiable after 12 months. So you'd have some flexibility if you needed it.
That sounds ideal. When would it be available to move in?
It's available straight away. The previous renter moved out last week, so it's ready when you are.
Brilliant. Can I arrange a viewing?
Absolutely. How does tomorrow afternoon sound?
Tomorrow works for me. What time?
How about 2 o'clock? I'll meet you outside the building.
Perfect. Thanks for your help today.
No problem at all. I'll see you tomorrow at 2. Oh, and if you're really interested, I'd not hang around. Flats like this get snapped up in no time. Let's do this. Hi, can I help?
I'm afraid I've found this.
This is 2 months overdue. Who's Craig Dodd?
That's my son. He's just gone off to university, and I found it under his bed this morning. Sorry about that.
We charge 22 pence per day for late returns, and this has reached our maximum charge of £9.50.
Can you not just let him off?
I'm afraid not. We've sent him loads of reminders by text and email, which I'm guessing he ignored.
Fair enough. His head is always in the clouds. How can I pay? I don't have any cash on me.
That's okay. You can pay by card. Either credit or debit is fine.
Great. Here you are.
All done. Here's your receipt.
Ta. While I'm here, my internet is on the blink at home. Can I use one of your computers to get online?
Sure, but they're all in use at the moment. We've got an hour free this afternoon if you'd like to book a slot.
No, I really need to send an email this morning.
Well, we do have free Wi-Fi. Would that do the trick?
That would be brilliant. What's the password, please?
Chester Library Free. All one word, no capitals.
Hang on. No, I can't get it to work. Can you take a shufti?
Sure.
Thanks.
Ah, I see you spelt library wrong. Don't worry, everybody does that. It's tricky. Here you go, all logged in.
Fantastic. Cheers.
There's a seating area over there if you want to take the weight off while you send your emails.
Thanks. Before I forget, I'm going away for a few days in the sun. Can you recommend a good book?
Of course. What genre do you like?
Mostly crime.
Is that crime mysteries?
Yes, that sort of thing.
Have you tried Lee Child? His books are a cracking read.
I've never heard of him. Is he famous?
Yes, pretty famous. Some of his books have been made into Hollywood movies.
So he's American?
No, he was born in England, but I think he lives in the US now. Let me just check if we have any of his novels in. Ah, you're in luck. We have his latest, Tripwire, in.
Where do I find it?
Just go along here until you get to the romance section, then turn left and keep going until you reach crime. The books are all sorted alphabetically by author.
Thank you so much for all your help.
No problem. Do you have your library card with you? You're going to need it to borrow the book.
Yes, I remembered to bring it with me.
Great. Just don't forget to bring it back on time.
Oh, I won't. You don't have to fret about that.
Let's do this.
All right, Steve.
All right, Mucker.
You up to much today?
I'm up to my neck in chores, as usual.
Is the missus not giving you a hand?
No, she swanned off with her mates to a hen do. Left me literally holding the bag.
She's a hard taskmaster. But if you need a spare pair of hands, I've got nothing on today.
Actually, I could do with picking your brains about something.
Feel free. What do you want to know?
It's about the rubbish. I don't suppose you know which items are supposed to go in which wheelie bin, do you?
It's a bit of a minefield, isn't it? Basically, garden waste goes in the brown bin, paper in the blue one, and everything else in the black bin.
And what about food waste?
That goes in the little box with the orange top.
Cheers, mate. It's so complicated now. When I was a kid, every house just had one bin, and everything was chucked in it without a second thought.
Times have changed. It's all about recycling now. But be careful. If you put the wrong thing in the wrong bin, the council won't take it, and they can slap you with a hefty fine.
You're having a laugh, right?
I'm not joking. My mate chucked a greasy pizza box in the recycling, and it cost him 50 quid.
Flipping heck. So, where does this go?
You need to flatten it first, then lob it in the blue bin with the paper.
Good grief, I'll never remember all that.
Also, you've got to cram everything in neatly too, because if the bin lid doesn't shut, the bin men won't collect it.
Cheers, I didn't know that. I mowed the lawn earlier, so the grass cuttings should go in the brown bin. Have I got that right?
Spot on, but you'd missed the boat. Garden waste pickup was yesterday, so you'll have to wait another fortnight.
Brilliant. Although I've been meaning to start a compost heap for ages, now might be the perfect time to give it a go.
That's a cracking idea. I might have a shot at that myself.
With regards to the rubbish, is there anything else I should bear in mind?
Yes. When you put the bins out, make sure they're pushed right up to the edge of the curb. If they're not, the bin men will kick off and leave them behind. I've been caught out by this myself.
Got it. By the way, when is bin day?
Like I said, you've just missed the garden waste pickup, but Black Bin Day is tomorrow, and they pick up the food waste container at the same time.
And the blue one?
That one's collected every other Thursday.
All right then, I'd better get cracking or the missus will have my guts for garters when she gets back.
Fair enough. Best not get on her wrong side. If you need any help, just give me a shout.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
See you.
Let's do this. Hi, are you a first timer?
Yes, I'm a complete newbie.
Righto, let me show you the ropes. This is the changing room. As you can see, it's very spacious.
So do I get my own locker?
Absolutely, they're very secure.
Then I don't have to worry about anyone being light-fingered.
No, your stuff will be safe as houses in here. These are the static bikes. I'd suggest starting here to warm up before doing anything more strenuous.
I'm not a big fan of cycling. Do you have any treadmills?
Of course, just through here.
How long should I warm up for?
Aim for at least 15 minutes.
That sounds reasonable. What should I move on to next?
This is our main weight room. As you can see, we've got both free weights and machines.
Sorry, I'm a complete novice. What are free weights?
No problem. Free weights are things like these dumbbells here and the barbells over there.
If you were in my shoes, what would you start with?
I always recommend beginners start with the machines.
Why's that?
They're generally safer and easier to use properly.
Any other tips for me?
Start with light weights and progressively build up as you get stronger.
Should I work all my muscles in every session?
Personally, I train my upper body one day and my legs on another.
And what about my core? I want a six-pack.
Add that to your leg day. That's what I do.
Anything else?
Don't forget to cool down at the end of your session.
Do you have a sauna?
We certainly do, and it's a brilliant way to relax after a tough workout.
And a bar?
We've got a very comfortable area for socialising.
Now that sounds right up my street.
Let's do this.
Oi, when you supposed to be making tea tonight? I'm famished.
Oh heck, was it my turn? Sorry, it completely slipped my mind. I got caught up watching the match.
Typical. Well, what's the plan then, oh forgetful one?
How about I ring for a takeaway? My treat, whatever you fancy. Chinese, Indian?
I'm not really feeling a takeout tonight. We've only just had one at the weekend. It's not exactly a healthy option, is it?
Okay, fair enough. No takeaway. Well, I guess it's up to me to rustle something up.
What culinary delights were you thinking of whipping up from your vast repertoire?
All right, keep your hair on. What have we actually got in?
Okay, let's see. We've got eggs, plenty of those, a bit of cheese, cheddar, looking past its best, half an onion, oh, and some mushrooms that definitely need using up sooner rather than later.
Eggs, cheese, half an onion and some stale mushrooms. Right, not exactly the makings of a gourmet meal.
So what can you conjure up from that little lot then? Baked beans on toast is starting to look quite appealing right now.
I could always knock up an omelette.
An omelette? Actually, that sounds pretty good.
I'm pretty decent at those, if I do say so myself.
As long as it's not burnt to a crisp like last time. Are you sure you're up to it?
Of course I am. Right, omelettes it is. Are we eating at the table or on trays?
Let's have it on our knees. There's a show I want to watch on the box.
Fair enough. I'll make a start. Let's do this. I'm going to ring my dad.
All right, give him my love. What's wrong? You've got a face like thunder.
My phone's packed in.
Maybe it just needs charging.
No, I've tried that. It's totally given up the ghost.
Well, it is 5 years old, so it's high time you bought a new one.
You're right, but I haven't really got the dosh.
Why not try getting a second-hand one?
No, I'm not keen on that. It might be a knockoff.
That's true. A lot of people sell phones that have fallen off the back of a lorry.
I'll have to dip into my rainy day fund.
Well, nowadays, mobiles are essential. In the meantime, do you want to use mine to give your dad a bell?
Tar. Let's do this. Hello? Alright, mate, where are you now? I'm at the shops trying to sort out Dad's birthday present, but I'm drawing a blank. What do you reckon he'd want? He was banging on about his wallet being knackered. You could spring for a new one. That's not a bad shout. Any ideas where I'd get one from? I don't mind spending a few bob for a good one. You could try that new leather shop next to the post office. Their stuff is pricey, but it's top notch. That's a good call. I'll head up there now. You'll have to shake a leg though, or have you forgotten you're coming round tonight for tea? Kerry's been cooking all day. Oh, mate, it completely slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I don't think I'll be able to make it now. Can you let Kerry know I'm sorry? You're joking. You did say you were coming last week, Jack. She won't be best pleased. She's gone all out with the food. I know. I'm kicking myself. It went right out of my head. Let's do it next week instead. And I'll bring a takeaway. Right, I'll let her know. But you know what she's like. She'll go mental. You're going to be in the doghouse. I really do feel bad, mate. My head's been all over the place this week. Work's been mad, and then trying to get Dad's present. Don't be surprised if she gives you the cold shoulder. She's been really looking forward to tonight. Yeah, I get it. I'll be there next week for certain, and we'll have a proper catch-up. What's her favourite takeaway these days? Thai? Indian? It's still Indian. She loves that place on the high street, so that'd go down well. Anyway, I'll go and see what I can find for Dad, and I'll see you next week. Okay, just don't forget next time, will you? I won't. Cheers, mate. Catch you later. Remember, you can find links to the full videos of each of these English conversations in the description. And if you need the flipbook guides, just click the like button and write "Send me the guide" in the comments. For more British English conversation lessons, check out this link. I'll see you next time.